There's no denying it. Life has changed since the dawn of the coronavirus pandemic. As social distancing regulations and quarantine mandations have cemented themselves into our daily routines, it seems as though life couldn't feel more drastically different than before. But where these changes seem like a culture shock to many, there are the rare few that have been living simply and self-sufficiently for years or even decades. My grandparents, Fiorina and Ralph DeMonte, are Italian immigrants who are no strangers to living by their own means. Baking their own bread, making their own pasta, and growing produce in their gardens are not activities that they adopted in the midst of this pandemic, but are the foundation of their humble lifestyles. As we continue in this journey together, perhaps it is time that we learn from those who have always lived against the grain of our busy commercial world. We live in a society of overconsumption, and because of that, some people are having a hard time not being able to go to the stores every day. Do you tend to buy things often? If so, do you miss shopping?
I do miss shopping, but most of the stuff I can make myself. I can make pasta, I can make bread, I can make cookies, cake, sauce, tomato sauce, and we survive by those things we make.
I make my own wine. I make everything also, like Nonna said, sauce. We grow everything out of our garden. All the vegetable, everything we grow is most of our own grown stuff.
Baking and cooking for oneself has become a way of people curing quarantine boredom. Do you often make your own food?
Yes, I make homemade pasta, I make homemade cookies, I make I made the square Sunday.
For how long have you been making your own food?
I was 7 years old when my mother taught me how to make homemade pasta because they all work on a farm. And I was the youngest of the family, and she showed me how to make things. So about 7 years old, I had to learn how to cook for 7 people because I didn't have no choice.
Another thing that people find difficult in retail store closures is that if something breaks, replacing it becomes a difficult task. If something of yours breaks, are you more likely to go out and buy a replacement, or are you more likely to fix it yourself?
I'm be able to fix everything myself. Cars, frigidaire, anything inside the house. And also automobile mechanic, I do plumber, I do everything myself.
Who taught you to fix things yourself?
I teach myself. If I did it one time, if I break it, try it again, till keep on trying till it comes, fix it the way I wanted it to get fixed.
The virus has made traveling to the grocery store a stressful task. There are many who are unable to go to the store at all. How are you able to survive without a routine shopping trip?
My husband and I, we have everything preserved, anything we need. I have it in the basement. I got sauce, I got pear, I got onion jars, I got peppers, got onions, and I can put everything together and I'll have a dinner with that.
Quarantine has been a time where people have been taking up new, unexplored hobbies. From your youth to now, what are some ways that you've been passing the time?
Well, I love to crochet and I love to knit, and I do that just to keep myself busy and my mind off the things. Like I said before, I will go and make stuff for dinner, pasta, whatever I have to make. And I like to do the puzzle. I spend time on a puzzle. Well, this is almost everyday job. Clean the house, do dishes, cook it, and I spend my time.
And I'm doing most of the work inside my garage to get my garage in tip-top shape. And also I do a lot of cutting grass, do a lot of the outside work, keep myself busy, and the rest of the time I sit and watch TV.
In the way that you lived your life on a farm when you were younger to now, not much has changed. What are some things that have stayed the same since you were children?
almost stay the same because we do everything ourselves. We did back then, we keep on doing the same.
We used to live the way we did when we were kids, and we keep up living the same way as it now.
How did you live when you were kids?
But we live very, very poor. When they had no TV, when we had nothing. And so the only time that we spend talking together and also play outside together or either work on a farm together.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the people at home watching?
Hello, everybody.
Bye.
Be at home and stay safe. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be okay.
Say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I'll see you later.